Pale and weak, the child lay on the stark white sheets of the big bed that made her look so tiny. The khaki-colored U.S. Army ball cap that rested on her head enhanced the sallow tone of her skin. But Lizzie never took that cap off. Daddy gave it to her. And she was Daddy's girl. He said it would make her strong, like him. She needed to be strong, because she felt so weak. Her big brown eyes scanned the room she had been confined to for the last 2 weeks. Stark white walls, the same boring flower picture she'd been staring at so long. Raindrops slowly sliding down the outside of the always closed window. She was so tired. Tubes in her nose, IV in her arm, pain everywhere. Where were Mommy and Daddy? One of them was usually in the chair by her bed when she woke up. It didn't matter. She couldn't keep her eyes open much longer anyway. She'd go back to sleep, and they'd be there when she woke up. Well, if she woke up. She heard the doctors talking, and she knew the truth. She might die soon. It wasn't so bad. If she died, she would live with the angels, and all the pain would stop. But Daddy kept saying she had to fight, and Mommy would cry. Year after year, the cycle continued. 6 or 8 months of remission, if she was lucky, and then back to the hospital. Radiation, chemotherapy, pain. Lizzie lived in constant pain, nauseous from the medications, bruised from the IVs and blood draws. She'd had so many lumbar punctures, she'd stopped counting. They had searched and searched for a bone marrow match, but Elizabeth was AB negative, so the chances of finding her a match were about the same as getting run over by a motorcycle in church. She had overheard her parents discussing having another child to see if it could be a match, and she threw an absolute fit. No way would she allow them to bring a child into the world to be subjected to the hell that was her life. The only good thing that came out of the whole fiasco was that she was tutored at home and in the hospital. By the time she was 14, she'd already finished high school and was beginning college courses. Lizzie was going to be a doctor. She would be the one to find a cure for cancer, because no one should have to suffer like she had. By some miracle, she went into a remission that lasted for almost 2 years in 2004. In those 2 years, she finished her bachelor's degree in college. Unfortunately, the year she graduated, fate dealt their family another crushing blow, and she lost her mother. A heart attack. No warning, no chance to save her. 1 minute she was fine, and then she was gone. Elizabeth and her father stood at the side of the open grave as they slowly lowered the casket into the ground. She reached for her father's hand, but he moved to stand at parade rest, clasping his hands behind his back. Tears slid silently down her cheeks, while Peyton Montrose wore his warrior's face, cold, hard, and implacable. Though Elizabeth had always been close to her father, the loss of her mother, instead of bringing them together, thrust a wedge between them that Lizzie could never seem to breach. Peyton Montrose became the general, distant and cold. He treated her like a soldier instead of a daughter. But Elizabeth had a goal, and graduating school was a challenge for a healthy person. For Liz, it was double tough. She focused on her studies and only saw the general on holidays. Liz began to hide her relapses from her father. She didn't want to seem weak in his eyes. If he didn't know she slipped out of remission, who did it hurt? Somehow, she thought he always knew anyway.